Good night, I am Mark Seal. In football, Notre Dame delivered a 7-0 thrashing to Red and White United in round 3 of the Stag Bear BFA Champions Cup knockout at the Wildy AstroTurf last night. Meanwhile, in the first game, Kickstar FC got the better of Bagatelle after that game was decided by penalty shootouts. Here is a look at the highlights from both games. The first game between Kickstart FC and the Blue and Bagatelle was forced to a penalty shootout after a 1-all scoreline at the end of extra time. Both teams made sure they found the back of the net, scoring goal for goal as they kept their shots on target. But it came down to this penalty kick from the Bagatelle team. This decided their fate. Taken a bit too cool, some may argue, and the goalkeeper stepped up when it mattered and pulled off a match-winning save to give Kickstart a 6-5 win on penalties over Bagatelle. The second game between Notre Dame SC and the Blue and United had plenty of goals. The first coming in the 4th minute thanks to Zico Edmi, who turns and finds the back of the net to make the score 1-0. Notre Dame made it 2-0 in the 15th minute, and credit must be given to the left winger who made the goal possible, working his way inside the 18-yard box and finding Antoine Graves, who converts an easy goal. Graves added a second to his name just 5 minutes later, collecting a lob from the midfielder off the right wing and squeezing it past the keeper's left to make the score 3-0 going into the halftime break. Dames continued to dominate in the second half, adding their 4th goal in the 67th minute. Sharon Hoyt adding his name to the score sheet, leaving the keeper in his own zone. Graves brings up his hat-trick in style, catching the keeper napping once more, finding the back of the net this time with a header to make the score 5-0 in the 71st. Red and White United were taking a thumping, and Graves made it worse, completing his beaver trick just 5 minutes later with a powerful shot from the edge of the 18-yard box. Notre Dame added their final goal in the 79th minute, Dwayne Mars with a strike off the boot of the keeper and into the nets, as the Dames complete a 7-0 victory over United. More football later, but now on to cricket. Pakistan got their first points of the ICC Champions Trophy when they defeated South Africa today under the Duckworth-Lewis method at Edgbaston. South Africa won the toss, batted, and scored 219 for 8 in their 50 overs. David Miller top scored with 75 for the Proteas, while Hashan Ali took 3 for 25 for Pakistan.
There it is, dragged down and helped on his way. It's probably the worst delivery. Oh, he flicks it away. That'll take some stopping. It's accelerating. Such timing. That is beautiful. Oh, it's worth a shout. He's gone. So the change has got the wicket in the air, and there's the boundary. It's taken a while. The shout. He's given.
They're extremely happy. That's a lap sweep that'll earn him runs. That's well played. Fast outfield, and it'll be a 4. Bowling inside edge, so the change working and working magnificently. That would do very nicely. It's a big 6. There's the big shot, long on. No, it's over him. Edge and taken at slip. That's an excellent catch. Bowlers are still left. Oh, bowled in. Beautifully done by Hassan Ali. He's on a roll.
Crunched. Absolutely crunched by Chris Morris. High in the air. High in the air. Hasn't got it well enough. Hassan underneath it. Takes the catch.
Scoop either. Hangs in short, and this could be the shackles broken. It is. Miller eventually cuts loose. That's the perfect delivery. That's the one he's been looking for. And that's up in the air. With all the wind out there, this is going to be a difficult one. Hassan sets himself and takes it superbly. Lost delivery. And he gets the contact he's after. Eventually picks up a boundary to end the innings. And that will take South Africa to 219 for 8.
Now, in reply, Pakistan were 119 for 3 of 27 overs when the Rains put paid to that match. Now, that score was 19 ahead of the revised target of 100 in 27, giving Pakistan the win by 19 runs via the DL method. The Touch of Class Women's Road Tennis Tournament continued last night with action in the round of 32. Playing at the Dighton Power Roach facility in Bush Hall, players battled in the novice and the B-class sections. CBC's Damian Best reports.
Touch of Class Road Tennis Tournament. Julie Howard closest to the screen versus Sharon Cumberbatch. Howard won the first game. Backarm finds the court. Cumberbatch trying a cheeky serve. Doesn't pay off. Howard, the first game point. Passing shot is good. And indeed she would go on to draw first blood, 21-12. Second game, Howard up 3-1. But Cumberbatch back in contention. Error from Howard. Midway through the second, Cumberbatch with the lead. But Howard reminding her that it's not all smooth sailing. In fact, this one was tied at 17 before Cumberbatch forced a third. 21-19. In the third now, Howard jumping out to a quick lead. One of the longer rallies of the matchup. Howard in hurry-up mode. Cumberbatch catching the top of the net. But Howard gifted points away via some unforced errors. 8-all at this point. Midway, the switch sides. Cumberbatch reaching 13 before Howard pulled away for good. Victory to Julie Howard in 3. Next up, Julia Lewis, closest to the screen, taking on Keisha Carrington. Lewis of volleyball fame up 11-3. The assignment looking very easy. Carrington only gathering points on the back of some errors from Lewis. A rare moment here, an ace down the middle for Carrington. But that was about it. Lewis going on to wrap up the first, 21-11. Carrington, who mainly set up shop on the baseline, was lacking mobility. Lewis would sail into the next round, dishing out a sow, 21-6. In the other matchups in the novice section, Shondell Blenman went down 2 straight to Tanya Watts in the far court, 21-9, 21-5. Then Anicia Wood, another volleyballer, progressed with an even easier win against Cheyenne Benjamin, closest to the screen, 21-3, 21-4. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Coming up, the Joker out of the French Open.
During exercise trade winds from June 6 to 12, please be aware that there will be unusual activity with aircraft in specific areas, large vessels closer to shore than usual, and armed local and foreign police, sailors and soldiers who will be conducting drills in rural parts of the island during the exercise. You may also hear loud and sustained gunfire. Please don't be alarmed. Notice will be given to residents in affected communities prior to the activities. Tradewinds 2017, a seamless states partnership for a secure region.
Premium, stable, trustworthy. Your companion providing quality entertainment. We are MCTV, the right choice.
Vincy Masters are once again the Banks Barbados International Masters Football Festival champions. The 2014 winners came up against the 2015 champions, Vildy Masters, in this year's final at Darrell's Road. Now, it had to go to penalty kicks to determine the winner. Vincy Masters thought they had opened the scoring here in the first half from this free kick. The ball did go into the net, but that was after the ref had blown for a handball. The second half was mostly about Vildy Masters, who had several shots at goal, but alas, they were unable to convert any. So, On to the penalty shootout. Wildy went with a solid start with former national and professional player Gregory Lalu Goodridge, but his shot was saved, and the Vincy custodian let him have an earful about it. Not to worry though, as the Vincy number 1 hit his off the upright, so it was still 0-0. Wildy took the lead with yet another penalty shot that was aimed low and hard left. Vincy, however, replied through the tournament's MVP, Big Wesley Charles. He too went low left and shifted the keeper to make it 1-1. A change in the pattern saw Wildy go up 2-1 with this penalty straight down the middle, but make it 2-2. No fuss, no worries from the Vincy camp. Now, this fourth round save on Ford was even more critical than the save on Lalu, because unlike in the first round when the Vincy player went on to also fail to score, there was no such luck here, as even with some pressure being applied by the Wildy custodian, the penalty was scored, giving Vincy Masters the 3-2 result on penalties, and thus giving them the 2017 International Masters title. Now, although KFL placed second overall in the recently held 2017 UWI Intercampus Games, Tomona of Jamaica, the Barbados-based campus won 3 disciplines. One was hockey, another was netball, and the other, women's volleyball. KFL Blackbirds defeated Mona campus 3-1 at Oldbury to end undefeated. The win meant that KFL surpassed Mona to lead with 3 wins. Mona ended on 2 wins. St. Augustine had 1 win, while the Open campus ended winless. CBC's Damien Best has some of the highlights from that final game.
KFL Blackbirds in the black and grey taking on Mona campus. Both teams undefeated at this point, so it's winner takes all. The local girls grabbing an early point. KFL had a slight lead over Mona in this opening set, just 2 points clear. Sharice Austin extended the lead 9-6 off the block and out of bounds. Austin with the service now, but a good block from Tia Jones adds another point. Mona, however, showed resistance. Solene Walker responds with a powerful spike to chip away at the deficit. Mona with some back-to-back points managed to come from behind and take the lead. Patrice getting it done for Mona. The pressure started to build on KFL. Mona with an easy point through the hands of Austin to make it 23-20. KFL, however, bounced back. Kendia Brathwaite with the block and the point. Danica Headley here with the service, as she proved to be the game changer for KFL. McLean with the spike and out of bounds. Headley delivering an ace levels the score at 23, and she was just getting started. Her service creating difficulty for Mona as they're just gonna get the ball back over the net. Set point for KFL, and Headley handles the business. Mona's Fiona Binns out of bounds and into the crowd. KFL claiming the set 25-23. The second set now, KFL leading the way until their 11th point. McLean picks out the net. Mona taking over proceedings and stepping on the accelerator, grabbing 18 consecutive points on the service of McLean. The team from Jamaica showing no mercy to the Blackbirds at this stage, reminding them why they're unbeaten thus far. And they went on to take the second set 25-13 to level the match at 1 apiece. The third set saw the two teams battling down to the wire. Brathwaite attempting the block and fails to get the ball over the net. KFL returned the favour, giving Mona a taste of their own medicine. Sharon Bevel through the block and into space. Mona with the response, powerful return, creating difficulty for KFL out of bounds. But KFL went on to take the third set 25-23 to go 2-1 up in the match. Now to the final set, and KFL wanting it more. Dania Hamilton with the rejection. Hamilton showed skill in the defense, but also had the necessary offensive tools. Some extra muscle off the block and out of bounds. Cave Hill going on to wrap this one up, 25-21, claiming the match 3-1. They are indeed the women volleyball champions of the 2017 UWI Games.
And still to come, LeBron and the Cavs ready to defend home turf. Now, here's what's happening tomorrow, Thursday, in sports. There's a big Group B clash in the ICC Champions Trophy with table leaders India up against Sri Lanka at the Oval. Starting time, 5:30 a.m. Barbados time. 5 games are on the schedule in the Kathy Harper Hall, Agnes Critchlow zone of the Pine Hill Dairy Primary School's netball tournament. That action begins at 9:30 a.m. at the Netball Stadium. It's semi-final time in the Co-operators General Insurance BA Premier League knockouts with Lakers Sports Club versus St. John's Hornets. That's a 6 o'clock game. Then Pinelands clash with Station Hill Cavaliers in the 8 p.m. game. Both will be played at the BCC gym. In road tennis, the Touch of Class women's tournament will see action in the novice round of 16 and the B class, all at the Dayton Power Roach facility in Bush Hall. 3 matches are slated in the novice round starting at 7, then 5 in the B class beginning at 8:20 p.m. approximately. That's Sports Night for Wednesday. Join us again tomorrow for more sports. I am Mark Seal. Do have a good night.